how to make a man miss you. In this video, you will discover not only practical tools, what to do on how to make a man miss you when he starts to take you for granted, but also how to internally shift as well. So if you are ready to know exactly what's going on inside a man's mind, comment below with "I am ready." I'm, of course, Antia, founder and creator of the Magnetize Your Man method, and this is the channel where we magnetize your man so that the man you want desires and pursues you forever. And of course, if you like anything in this video, be it my outfit, my background, or the content that I have to share, then do me a favor, hit the likes button and of course the bell as well, so you get notified for more juicy videos coming here as well. And of course, subscribe and share it with all of your girlfriends. So let's go ahead and dive right into the 5 tools that help you to make a man miss you. Now, number 5, I call reshift your focus. And so the reason why I say that is because when I go on Google, I see all the time all these different tools like do this, do that, but nobody really talks about how's your energy shifting with this behavior. Because you see, you can do the right thing with the wrong energy, meaning you're still misaligned, and guess what? You're still gonna get the wrong outcome. You know, men can tell when a woman acts from a place of authenticity versus from a place of playing games. So what you want to first of all do, and this works every single time, men can sense it, my husband can sense it, is actually reshift your focus. So if you're watching this video, there's a really high chance that you are more other focused, focusing on other people, anticipating what's going on in their life, right? Like wondering what they are doing today. And what I want to challenge you to do instead is actually focus back on yourself. So actually catching yourself. Oh, I'm noticing I'm focusing on this man right now. And let me actually bring that same energy back to myself. What would it feel like if I was that interested and invested inside of myself? You know, you can even visualize yourself outside of yourself as if you are looking at yourself, sort of like as a twin almost, right? And like be, wow, like what would it look like if I was just that interested in myself, right? If I were to actually focus on myself, if I would visualize men actually focusing on me. So you're much more in that receiving energy, but you're practicing that with your focus and with your awareness, which then of course gets matched by the external environment. Why? Because you're creating an unconscious expectation. And what people do and what the environment responds to is your unconscious expectations, because you delete, you distort, and you generalize your reality based on your unconscious expectations. So go ahead and shift that. Let me know in the comment section how that goes for you. And also, while we're at it, pop into the comment section, where are you watching from? I always want to know, where are my listeners from? Number 4 is lean into the tension. So think about it. If you Google how to make a man miss you, right, it's because you're not getting the attention from the man that you currently desire. Additionally, you are wanting to create certainty for yourself because you can't be in the unknown. You hate being in the unknown. You hate not knowing what's going on. And your hope is that when he finally misses you, then he will respond to you in a way you need him to respond to you. Okay, so far so good, right? And what you are resisting, actually, you have to understand, why am I doing that? Well, because I'm resisting the tension inside of myself that occurs when I don't know, right? When I'm in the unknown, when I'm in the uncertainty, I don't know. I could feel shame because maybe I'm just making up a story, and I don't know, maybe he's already interested in someone else, maybe he's already seeing someone else, right? But instead actually learning to lean into the tension, right? To love the tension. Because the reality is, girlfriend, the more you're resisting the tension, the more the tension or environmental circumstances will present themselves that provide more tension in your nervous system, meaning you attract more men, more opportunities into your life that make you question and doubt and second guess yourself. However, when you lean into tension, guess what occurs? Now, actually, you start to make friends with the unknown. And because you're now friends with the unknown, you're no longer resisting it. And it actually happens less. So life becomes actually much more consistent and harmonious and safe for you. So give that a try. I'd love to hear. Also, if you want to learn more about all of that, join our free Magnetize Your Man dating relationship support group at mymfbgroup.com. And of course, like I promised, here are some practical tools, because now that you have your internal way of being shifted, your mindset, your energy, your awareness, now we can actually also add on some action steps. Which, number 3, is end phone calls first. Be the one to hang up first. Be the one who like, you know what I mean? Like, who responds the last, let him be the last to respond to you in a text message. And then let it be, right? It's kind of like this cliffhanger. Have you ever watched your favorite TV show, your favorite reality show, and you're just like hanging on, like, and you're just waiting, you're watching for all those annoying commercials because you need to know what happens in the end, right? You need to close that bridge. You need to know what's happening. And so, like, that's you can use for your advantage, because we call it the open loop. So if you are ending the phone call first, for one, it shows confidence. It shows like, oh, she has other things to do. Maybe you set yourself a little alarm even. Maybe you tell a friend to call you 15 minutes in. So whatever you need to do practically to be able to end the phone call first, go ahead and actually do that, right? But then also it like leaves this cliffhanger, this open loop, like, okay, I need to know how the story continues, right? So the man is going to reach out to you again, and he will consistently pursue you, and he will miss you because he has this open loop inside of himself. So he's in his own unknown that he's trying to close the gap, right? Because we don't feel safe in the unknown. We always want to know the outcome. We want to know what's next, or we're starting to wonder what's next. So give that a try. And of course, I'd love to hear in the comment section if you're already doing that. And once you have tried that, let me know how that goes. Number 2 is surprise yourself. So it's a little bit mindset and a little bit practical tool. Because for one, surprise yourself really means, well, how can I be someone who I not perceive myself to be, right? So because what we're doing all day long, we are living a life based on how we perceive ourselves to be, right? Like, okay, I'm this elegant woman, or I'm this successful woman, or I'm this achieved woman, or I'm this well-spoken woman, I'm this sophisticated woman, whatever it is. So you give yourself all those labels, and then you present yourself accordingly. And what I'm saying is surprise yourself. Do something different. Ask yourself, who am I behind this facade? Like, become the mystery to yourself. Because so often you see, okay, how to make a man miss you is like, oh, become mysterious. Well, wait a minute. But it goes back to playing games. Like, you actually have to learn you are the unknown. You are the mystery to yourself. So how can you surprise yourself? So for example, before I met my husband, Brody, I was putting myself into situations where I almost had to surprise myself, right? I joined, for example, Toastmaster International, which here in the US, and I think it's internationally, is, it's like really about public speaking. And sometimes I wouldn't know what speeches I had to present on, or to have table topics, whatever. So I would put myself in situations where I would constantly surprise myself, or I would say yes, even though I wouldn't know yet exactly how to do that, or how to present that, or how to show up for that, or I would volunteer for ministry that I had never volunteered for before. So surprise yourself, do something different. Like, not like the Antia that I know, but like the Antia that I don't know. Who is the Antia that I don't know? And that's of course scary, but that's also highly attractive. That's highly magnetic. So go ahead and give that a try, girlfriend, and let me know how that goes, because he is gonna miss you. You will be standing out. Now, of course, if you want to learn more how to come into alignment of who you really are versus just playing games, get our free quiz to attract your right man for you, mymquiz.com. And number 1 is be the best friend to yourself. So the reason why I say that is because a lot of times you may read that advice like, be the best girlfriend, right? Like, have him like visualize you next to him and do what the best girlfriend would do. And I say, I'm going to call BS on that, right? Because the quality of man that you attract into your life is directly proportional to the relationship you have to yourself. So how can you be the best friend to yourself, right? What would you tell your best friend if she was to come to you and would say, hey, this guy's been ghosting on me. He hasn't talked to me in 3 weeks, right? He's starting to take me for granted, right? Like, how would you build her up? And then how can you build yourself up, right? How can you say, you know what, you got this, right? You are worthy. And not only that, but not just like saying that to yourself, like empty in the mirror, like, yeah, Antia, I get it. But actually making sure it really integrates, right? Really making sure, do I actually feel safe to be seen? Do I actually feel safe to be worthy, to be my own best friend, right? Like to dress myself well, right? Like to take time in the morning to spend with myself, to feel my own energy. What does it mean to be you? How do you know you're in your own energy versus being caught up in everybody else's energy? And this is a very deep question. And this sounds like a really abstract question, right? Because we're constantly deleting, we're distorting, we're constantly, especially if you're in codependent relationships, even with your family, you're like, what do you mean? Who am I? And I'm an extension of my family. And like, no, actually finding out, who am I energetically? How do I know when I'm me, right? When I am actually grounded in my body. Now that I shared all of those bonuses with you, like, I'd love to hear, of course, from you, like, which of those tools resonate with you the most. And of course, as usual, bonus is switch up your routine. So let's say you're dating a guy and you're always available on Thursday nights, right? Because, you have like this routine, right? Or you're always available on Saturday night. Switch it up. Out of the sudden, you're invited to a dinner cruise on Saturday night, right? Or you're taking the invitation from your girlfriend on a Thursday night. So become a little bit unpredictable, because not only this is not about playing games, but this is about actually going with the organic flow of life. You're actually responding to reality, right? Like, versus saying, oh no, this is when I'm always available, this is what I do, this is what I don't do. So this goes a little bit with also surprising yourself, right? Doing something, well, I normally don't do that. And normally I'm at home preparing for the week on Sunday nights, but okay, I'm going to go to this event, even though normally I don't do anything on Monday nights because, I'm just going to chill out because I did a lot that weekend. But hey, this feels really resonant for me. So I'm going to go to that event, right? Or I'm going to go hang out with my girlfriend. So allow yourself to break out of that rigid pattern that you may have, that routine, and use different days, right? And he'll be like, what do you mean? What do you mean you did something on Monday night? Like, you're not who you always are, right? So out of the sudden, he's like, wait a minute, I can't predict what you're doing. I can't predict who you really are. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'm just should pay more attention to you again, because I think you're not who I think you are, which is a good news, right? Because now he's back in the exploration phase. Now he's not taking you for granted anymore. So I hope this was helpful for you, ladies. This is definitely more about the internal game than the external game. So add that on to the other tools that you have learned. And of course, if you want to learn more about my videos, the next one is when a man is deeply in love with you, he will say these 5 things. Lots of love to all of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.